Hello, this is Tam the Tam BOTC channel. I'm just going to play a clip from my upload setup on the Xbox One. This is me battling Artorias with only 2 flasks left. I got some of his health down, but as you can see, a lot of flasks have been used, I think, because Artorias wrecked me. But today I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about the game system. And another game system. Now, the reason I want to touch upon this is there's videos going up on Rest in Peace Xbox 360, which it's probably true it's going to die eventually, but like the online functionality, the system itself won't. So stop trying to do, and I would say to the people who do videos like that, stop making videos like that. It's technically not true, which is ironic because it is a technical feature. But people are saying the Xbox 360 is going to die, and so I'm going to do a versus battle between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, technically. Or is the Xbox One better than the 360? It can be considered. It has upgraded graphics and such, and there are a lot of cool features that you wish were on other game systems and such. This game system even has features that like the PS4 doesn't have. Like, I like using, like, if I screenshot something and I want to use it for a background on my game system, that would be awesome, but they don't have that. They do have cool backgrounds on the PS4, unless they do and I just don't know about it. But the recording system is so much better. You can only, before you could only record 5 minutes of a video, and that was it. You still can, but this time you can actually put your voice to it. Take pictures. There's apparently storage for both the game system and the videos itself, which is very restricted compared to other game systems. Even the 360, I could fit so many more games. Now, the dumb parts about the Xbox One against the 360, first off, you could have just put a new graphics chip or anything else installed into the Xbox 360 and it would practically be the Xbox One, including the dumb name of the Xbox One. Especially since we already have the original. Xbox 360 has Xbox original games that are backwards compatible, and more than what the 360 is having. You have to update every time, which, by the way, takes away more storage from the system. Which is really stupid. And their backwards compatibility is cool, but it's sort of worthless. The 360 games that you're playing, you could already play just better on the 360. I've had so many crashes, the game would be laggy, or there would be frame rate. Even on the videos, you can probably sort of see it once in a while on this. There would be some screen, like, the screen would sort of break once in a while. You know, it'll be pixels. The YouTube sometimes doesn't work, and that's the only thing I really use for the 360. The controller does feel better and more comfortable than the 360's, but the 360's controllers can last longer, as well as the chargers apparently keep the game system's controllers lasting way longer than the Xbox One, because the chargers do diddly squat on the Xbox for the Xbox One. Even it doesn't even matter what brand, they've all done it. Maybe some do a little better, but I've had game controllers just last for so short amount of time, it's not even funny. Where 360 ones would not really work all that long. Headsets were way better on the 360 too. They lasted longer. They were made better. And the stupid little setup with the little attachment, and how you plug in the controller to the bottom of the headset to the bottom of your controller, is just really stupid, and where PS4 controllers come in better hand, and even Xbox controllers, because those controllers have the same exact plug setup as like a computer even. Look at that, my weapon went at risk at the end of that battle. With the frame rate. But there's so many crashes on other games. Whoa, that was a weird panning. But there are cool features. I like catching those little moments that you really love. And there are some good exclusives. But there are still new games coming out for game systems, such as here's an easy way to beat the Capra Demon. I'll play that a little bit. But there are such little details that stinking look really stupid on the wall. And it's just so bad. But besides that, the other thing is you still have like Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was still on that game system. But some of the excuses that Microsoft, and if you've seen Microsoft Sucks video, you'll see why. It's just why the game system is so bad, as well as Microsoft themselves. Now the things that they do are really just not worth it, and are just completely abysmal and stupid. They're probably the reason there's big time on transactions, as well as the pay-to-win garbage, which a lot of game companies do that, but Microsoft feels like they're one of the biggest to do that. And it's really dumb. But, I feel like they should have... Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to get distracted. The 360 has so many better games. All those Gears of War games, Halo games, Dark Souls, Skyrim. Some of the dumb excuses, if I get back to them, they did something with Left 4 Dead 2 where they were trying to do free DLC, and they didn't want them to. What did they do? They told them to sell them for $20. It was really stupid, because they didn't want anybody else practicing that same kind of thing. This is a weird guy battling me with a torch for some reason. But, I don't know why this guy... I was sort of confused at first, and I was like, you know what, I'll just kill this guy. He did dodge a lot of my stuff, but he wasn't worth it. Let me get to an actual good kill, but the dumb excuses, the other thing is they said something about COD. I don't know if they still have the message up anymore, but I think the developers of COD said that the 360 and the PS3 couldn't handle, like, if they do have it, I don't know if they do, the open world of COD Black Ops 3, and it was really stupid. And you go, oh my goodness, the 360 can't handle that, and neither can the PS3? Oh, it's not like there's a bunch of open world games like Skyrim and Oblivion and Red Dead Redemption and Dark Souls 1 and 2 and, oh crud, that actually is a lot of games. And Fallout 3 and Far Cry 3 and, oh my goodness, you know what, Xbox One sucks. It's basically just like that. It's like, is that really a good excuse? Especially since you put the game on the game system anyways, but only the multiplayer? And I know that because I have a friend who bought the game for the 360 and plays it. Which also tells me the game system probably won't die because there's still a lot of people playing. And they probably prefer that version anyways because it's focused on the multiplayer, especially since the campaign probably sucks, which I've heard. But, you can get some nice views, and there are great games on the game system, but there are way more better games on the Xbox 360. All their RPGs fall stale. The Division was bad. It was just so ordinary and plain. I uninstalled that garbage. Games take up so much gigabyte, and there's no reason for it. Even smaller games, they don't make sense. There are awful games like Evil Within, which is for multiple systems, but still, it's awful. Halo 5 was so awful, and their excuse for not having any kind of multiplayer in that, let's play this, any kind of, like, co-op, like, local co-op was so stupid, and it just leads you back to them wanting you to pay for their online, which they still do it the worse. And it's just dreadful. They're on, and not only that, it's not even worth it because the online is awful. Playing with it either glitches or stinking. The game crashes or you can't get into a lobby of a certain game. The Xbox One is just, and I'm hating it more, especially with their Twitch capabilities. Xbox One is the only system of all the systems that will do this to me. You have to have adult settings to record. And when I did, it still wouldn't let me record, so I preferred the other game systems to do that. Guess what? PS4 does it just fine. That's stupid. And to add more to why online is stupid, there are some pretty rude people on Xbox One, more so than the other game systems. There are even stupid people. And if you're someone who loves Xbox and you think I'm talking about you, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's specific names, but I've seen so many people, especially in Elder Scrolls Online, that are rude, outright bad. And a lot of people do argue that there are really nice people. I don't doubt that, but the rude people stick out like a sore thumb out from all the nice people, and it's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. And I just can't stand that kind of garbage. But with all that trash, there's only a few games that are good, and they can be bought on multiple game systems. And some of those good games are even on the Xbox 360 that were last good games. Quantum Break is starting to get very dull, too. And that was another game that got a good rating. I think they're rating the games before they even really play in depth into them or really think about it. They're like, this game is great, 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10. But you only played an hour of it. This game's about 10 hours long. And okay, I'll go back and play it several months later. Why did we rate this 9 out of 10? This was awful. My life is ruined. We're idiots. Like Game Informer and GameStop, people on GameStop will go, immediately awesome! And then not really really take everything in and realize what they actually played. They're so quick to judge. Sort of like with the game system itself. They were like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome! And then they said it was awesome, and now they're starting to realize, crud, we messed up. What kind of heartless jerks are we? And the dumb excuse with the Halo 5 thing, not having co-op. People's lives are too busy to come over one another's house. What if they live in the same person's house? Like, live right next to each other or something. Have you confirmed this? Have you asked the entire world individually if they wanted this to be a thing? Especially since this is the first game that did it, and you've put all the focus on Locke instead of the characters we actually wanted to see? We don't care. And if that was their selling point game, and the online barely worked in Master Chief Collection, and games like Rise Sons of Rome sucked, then what will make us pay attention to that stuff? And the games they make free are not even worth it compared to other game systems. Like, Xbox 360 still gets better free games than what the Xbox One does. Yeah, sure, there's a couple of good ones, but they just made Dead Space free, and even though you can still argue that you get that on the Xbox One, the fact that the Xbox One already has all these problems that I talked about, plus more, that I probably haven't even gotten to, is just ridiculous. There's just, Xbox One is abysmal right now. By the way, about my controller, when I played Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 1 even, my bumpers still work fine. Guess what? I only have one good controller for the Xbox One now. Their controllers are weak. They can't handle my fingers, and I haven't even played as much compared to the Xbox 360 as I did on the One. Because guess what? My right bumper barely works. I have to, like, hit it with my fist in order to get it to work. Dagnabbit, I want to swing my sword! Punching my controller, possibly making it break. And of course, I don't actually do that, because that would actually be really dumb. Let's see a cool little Halo thing me and my friend did. But, I don't know, it was really stupid. With all these different things in the games. I swear, if Gears of War 4 sucks, that's it. Alright,